things off with our very own, our fearless leader, a good friend of mine, our Chief Operating Officer. Let's give it up for Debbie Fiorino!
Robert, I promise you if I hear that foghorn, it's not going to be good. Thank you, Drew, for your always energetic introduction. Just a quick note, before I came out here, I wear an Apple Watch. And I don't know if Joanne's in the room, but I did a little bit of mindfulness backstage to try to calm myself down. It didn't work because my watch started going off and my heart rate was over 120. So what do? I take it off. So if I fall down, pick me up. Are you ready for an energetic week of learning, connecting, laughing, maybe a little crying? Well, maybe just me, a couple others. Mary Beth, where are you? Hopefully you are enjoying this amazing ship, the Norwegian Encore. Thank you, Brennan, and your amazing team for everything you've already done for us. We're looking forward to so much more, and we know that you'll over-deliver. So thank you. So this year's theme is forward, and I love how every year we seem to find the exact word that expresses where we are and where we are going. I had the honor of presenting at Cruise World a little over a week ago, and I used our theme in my presentation. So I'll share with you part of what I said. There are many definitions and meanings of words. So let me be clear. When I use the word forward, I am talking about progressing and improving. That is how we look at what we do every single day. How are we progressing and improving to ensure that we are winning? The past may have been great, but if you have a mindset of moving forward, you understand that progress and improvement require change. I'm not talking about change for change's sake. I'm talking about change that is out of your control and that you will walk right into as you walk down the path of moving forward. You can try to stand still and keep things the way they are, but I promise that won't work. You can be beaten down and give up, wouldn't recommend it, or you can keep moving forward because no matter how you react, change will be all around you. Change is inevitable, we all know that. The event that caused our most recent change is the pandemic. But things would have changed without the pandemic. Maybe those things wouldn't have been so fast or extreme, but change is always on the horizon. And obviously the pandemic was not a good thing. So many people lost their lives, their livelihoods, they missed out on significant milestones. It was one of the greatest tragedies of our time, to our industry, to our company, and to each one of your businesses. But you had no control. The only thing you have control over is that you wake up every day with a mindset of moving forward. This allows you to not only get past whatever difficult days are ahead, but it will also put you one step ahead in the future. Here's a short clip about moving forward.
And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
That's how winning is done. You take the hits, in this case the pandemic, but you keep moving forward. That's what so many in this room did and are still doing. Here comes the tears. But is that enough? Ignoring the changes and taking the punches just makes you a punching bag. Winning requires you to move forward, but it also requires you to make changes. Brendan referenced this yesterday, change and moving forward. This theme and this idea of moving forward and winning is not about the pandemic, it's how we need to live all the time. Because there will be more change. You don't know what the change will be, but if you have a forward-thinking mindset, you can overcome anything. I think we've proven that. It's hard not to talk about what we've been through. It is still fresh in our minds. There is still stuff related to what the pandemic brought us. But forward is not about the past. Let's focus on the future this week and how we capitalize on the incredible momentum we are seeing in this industry, this company, in this division, and in each one of your businesses. Talk about moving forward and change. Last year, during the same week at our Together conference, we were in the middle of and discussing the decision to merge Cruises Inc. into Dream Vacations and Cruise One. Oh, what a difference a year makes. There was a lot of confusion, some anger, a ton of fear, incredible excitement, and a promise for a better future together. By the way, that fear was not just with the travel professionals who were impacted by this decision. When you make a significant change like we did with Cruises Inc., you obviously believe in it, and you look at the decision through many different lenses. But let's face it, no matter how much time you spend analyzing it, change creates fear for all of us. I am so proud of how we came together, worked through obstacles, overcame concerns, and today we are together as one franchise division, and there is so much success we are seeing from those who decided to become franchisees and associates of franchisees. Each one of you should be so proud of your success and the new accomplishments that lie ahead. Let's take a moment to celebrate where we are a year later and all of those who moved from Cruises Inc. and their success as we move forward together. I'm so proud of every single person in this room, the franchisees and associates who are here and at home, the suppliers who are here and the ones who couldn't make it, as well as our passionate and incredible headquarters staff that work so hard every day to show that they care more. Speaking of the HQ staff, I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about and thank them for all they do. I hear so much from all of you expressing how incredible the team is. I recently saw Tara Bedell compare the IT team to superheroes, and she sent donuts to the team. She knows the way to their hearts, for sure. I got one of those donuts, by the way. Every day we get comments about an individual in support services and technology and tech support. Where's my Rick Decker? Tech support? Can we get our BDM team, our marketing team, and so many more. So much time is dedicated to ensuring we are doing all we can to provide tools, resources, time, and energy to make you the most successful travel professionals in the industry. Please join me in a round of applause that they can hear back home for our headquarters staff. And man, are we moving forward. There is so much for us to celebrate, and I can't wait to see what the next 12 months brings us. You have not only rebounded, but you are crushing records every single day. As Brad often says, we have a great lens into our performance as World Travel Holdings owns many other brands and divisions. I'm sure Brad will share a lot more later in the week about how you are performing and what he sees for our collective future. But a couple of big wins to share. Last year, I told you, our resort vacation business surpassed a 9-figure milestone, the highest volume we have seen, and up double digits from 19, which was previously our best year ever. As I stand here today, We are up over 50% in land sales in 2022 from 2019. Now last year, I don't think anyone would have been significantly surprised at our land growth, considering cruising had only just started back up a few months prior to last year's conference. But while we're seeing those incredible 2022 land numbers, at the same time, they have not slowed down. Cruise is not just back, it's roaring back in new numbers. Our cruise sales are ahead in 23 departures from where we stood the same time in 2018 going into 2019 for the first time. And something obviously we're all passionate about, the value of a travel advisor has never been greater. And as you've heard Brad again say time and time again, when we look within our own company, this division has outperformed our direct-to-consumer businesses, and not by a small amount, and that continues. So those who know me know I don't let a good quote pass by. I use many of them for my Debbie's takes. They are always something that speaks to me, something I need to hear, or something I feel others need to hear. There hasn't been a quote, however, that smacked me right in the face like this one. What screws us up most in life is the picture in our head of what it is supposed to be. I don't know about you, but I often get caught up in, but it shouldn't be that way. I have this quote on my wall in my office to remind me that not everything is how you think it should be. And for those who know me, I have a lot of opinions on how things should be. If this is something you understand and you don't do, well, good for you, whatever. However, if it is something you do anywhere in your life, personally or professionally, then you should think about the words on the screen from our own David Crooks, who says this every day: manage what you can't control and maximize what you can. I think the best way to overcome the picture in your head and the things you can't control is to focus. Focus on you, on your business. One of the things that a lot of energy is spent on is competition. It's natural, and it's hard to not look at what others are doing or what others have. But I am here to tell you, when you focus on others, especially the competition, you will miss opportunities. The only person you should be focused on is you. The greatest companies in the world don't focus on competitive strategy. They talk about strategy, performance, becoming the best, and winning, but they focus on what they are doing, their strategy, their performance, their results, what they are trying to create, and how they can improve themselves. I read an article in Inc. magazine, and the author said it best: a key to remember, you will always have competition. The sooner you accept it and stop giving it any precious energy, the more likely it is that there won't be competition for long. We have so much opportunity in our industry and in our distribution channel. You should not take your eye off the ball and worry about what someone else is doing. There will always be someone else with more of something, but there's only one you with your brain, your creativity, and your ability to execute. What makes you unique? What makes you stand out from the competition, and how do you promote that? When you focus on what others are doing, you lose your focus. Focus is such a key ingredient in success. Here's a short video about focus.
The world does not reward mediocrity. You know what the rest of the world wants to pay you for? Be the best at one thing.
If you know how to concentrate your efforts and be focused on one thing, you have an edge. If you can be focused on one thing and not look at everything else that everybody else is looking at, 50 different philosophies, 75 different ways to make money, 19 different streams of income. If you can figure out where to go here, all of that stuff's gonna come your way. But if you go chase all the other stuff like everyone else is, you're gonna miss the whole point of winning in life, because you can't concentrate. You show me anyone today who knows how to concentrate, I'll show you someone that nobody wants to compete with.
When I first saw this video, the first person I thought of was Jason Newquist of Cruise One. Jason is focused and has been from day one. By the way, if you don't know who Jason is, I'm talking about our #1 franchise. Jason doesn't let what others are doing get in his way of success. Could he do more if there was no competition? Probably, but as we just talked about, it's not realistic. Could he do more if he focused on what others were doing and tried to spend some of his time, his energy, and his resources on being something other than himself? I guarantee the answer is no. Your competition is structurally different. It's not going to help you. Leading competitors are at the top because they led the way, not because they followed. The more time you spend comparing yourself to others, the less time you have to create great experiences for your customers. Your customer, not your competitor, determines your sales and your profitability. Competition doesn't pay for your services, your customer does. All it is a distraction. The main thing to focus on is providing customer value and satisfying their needs. So at the end of the day, do you care about you or what others are doing? If you care about you, then focus on you. The point is not to be everything to everyone and worry about what everybody and what they're doing. The point is to be successful, whatever success is for you. I know it can be done because there are so many people in this room in examples of success. Focus on you, your accomplishments, your goals. I promise you will be rewarded with success. Before I close, I just want to take a moment again to acknowledge how significant the events of the past 2.5 years have had on each and every person in this room and in the entire leisure travel industry, especially the cruise industry. This quote, "Sometimes the worst thing that happens to you, the thing you think you can't survive, it's the thing that makes you better than you used to be." That's you. That's every single person in this room and back at home. And I want us to focus this week on how we are better and how we can continue to move forward. Thank you for being here this week. I look forward to spending time with you, but most importantly, I look forward to watching you take advantage of this week. Make it the best week ever. Make it worth it. Put energy and focus into what you want to get out of this week so that you don't look back with any regrets. You only look forward with what is next. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody, Debbie Fiorina, everyone! Awesome. We all need more focus, and certainly all of us moving forward.